Hey guys, what's up? It's Micha. So I was trying to think about what video to do for back to school, and I thought, what's better than telling you guys how my first day of high school was. So last Monday I went to freshman orientation, and I was kind of nervous, but not really. And when I went there, it was pretty scary because there was a lot of new people that I didn't know. As soon as I walked in the school, I knew it was going to be a totally new experience because that place was big. I mean, I went to a pretty normal-sized middle school, but that high school was huge. There was like 1,000 hallways. So there were a bunch of seniors that were like leaders, kind of, and they showed us around the school. And the school looked pretty big, and I knew I was going to end up getting lost whether they showed us around the school or not, so it was kind of pointless. Okay, so now that I told you about orientation, let's skip forward to my very first day of high school, which was yesterday. I was really nervous, and I didn't know how I was going to feel when I stepped in the school. I didn't know how it was going to be, because freshman orientation, there was all freshmen, only freshmen, except for the leaders that were seniors. As soon as I stepped in the school, I was terrified, because it wasn't just 1,000 different hallways with a few freshmen in it. It was 1,000 different hallways with like 100 people in each one. Okay, so back to when I was telling you that I thought I was going to get lost because there was a bunch of hallways. Let me tell you, I did. I got lost in the hallways trying to find my classes at least 3 times. The hallways aren't just normal hallways like in middle school. Okay, so on this side, right, you have room 12. Okay, and I'm supposed to go to room 13. So when I see room 12, I automatically assume that room 13 is going to be the next door on the right. No, it wasn't. See, because it went room 12 and then room 120. And then 13 was on the whole other side of the school building. So I had to get lost, and I showed up into class late. Now, I don't know about anyone else who started school, whether it was elementary school, middle school, or high school. Whenever it's your first day of school and you are shy and you don't want to be noticed, you don't like coming into a class late because then everyone in the classroom stares at you when you walk in. And that's what happened to me, and it sucked. When I walked into my first class, I was nervous, but I was also excited because there were a lot of people I didn't know, and there were people that I did know. And although I was comfortable with the people I already knew, I was pretty nervous and excited to meet the new people. I'm a pretty talkative person, so I like to meet new people. And I feel like high school is going to do that for me, because there's a lot more people to get to know. So I have 7 periods at my school, and I liked them all, and they were all pretty good. The only one I kind of didn't like was my 5th hour, which is gym. Don't get me wrong, I like gym, but in all my other classes, I had at least one person from my middle school that I knew. But in gym, I didn't know anyone, and if I knew them, I never talked to them. So I just sat there all hour while they were calling attendance and passing out papers. I was just sitting there doing nothing, talking to no one. I was just sitting there being silent. And I don't like that because I'm a really talkative person and I don't like to be alone. There were seniors talking to each other in my gym class, and it was funny because they were talking about us freshmen like we were lost puppies. I heard one girl say with all emotion, "Oh, it was so cute watching all the little freshmen get lost in the hallways." No, she didn't see me, but I looked at her like, okay now, you know you did it too. There is no way that you didn't get lost whenever the doors in the hallways go from 12 to 120 when 13's on the whole other side of the school. There is no way you didn't get confused about that. Whenever it came for lunchtime, I was really nervous because in a lot of movies you see where a lot of kids don't have anyone to sit with at lunch. And they have to go eat their lunch in the bathroom, or they have to eat their lunch in the hallway alone. But luckily I have a lunch with 2 of my best friends, so even if we didn't have a place to sit and eat, we had each other, which I am definitely grateful for. I know not all people get that, and I'm really thankful that I was lucky enough to get that. I gotta say though, my favorite part of my first day of high school was 7th hour. Coincidentally, that was the class that I was late to because I got lost. But when I walked in, I tried to sit down as fast as possible so people would stop staring at me. I sat down next to a girl that used to go to my old middle school. We weren't friends, but we were acquaintances. So I sat down, and then after my teacher was done talking, I asked her if it was okay if I sat there. And of course, she said yes. I don't like not talking. Like I said, I'm a talkative person. So I wanted to talk to who I was sitting by. But I didn't know how to start a conversation because I didn't know if she liked me. And she's really pretty, so it was pretty intimidating. But that's not what made me happy. What made me happy was she actually started the conversation. And my favorite part about the whole conversation was, "You make YouTube videos, don't you?" I got so excited you don't even know. And she said, "What kind of videos do you make?" And I said I only made one video and it was just about 25 things about me. We started exchanging our favorite YouTubers that we like to watch. And that was definitely fun because I really only have one friend that watches YouTube like I do. So I don't have a lot of people to talk to about it and get that excitement. She was so interested in it, I assumed she had a YouTube account. So I asked her if she made YouTube videos. She said no, but she's always wanted to make a channel. And I asked her, "Why don't you?" And she said that she's afraid that if she posts videos, that people from our school are going to see them and judge her. I felt really bad because she was really excited about it, just like I am. And I felt bad for her because I'm starting to make YouTube videos and I'm doing what I want to do. But she seemed like she really wanted to do it, and she was letting other people hold her back. I shared my thought process before my first video with her, which was, I definitely thought about people from my new high school seeing it, and that definitely scared me. And I know whoever sees it is going to judge it, whether it's positive or negative. But I started to think about it, and the people in my high school, I'm going to only know most of them for 4 years. I'm probably never going to see them again after I graduate high school. I really don't want to let a group of people that I'm only going to know for 4 years decide what I'm going to do now that's going to affect the rest of my life. Trust me, I care about what people think of me, but definitely not enough to stop myself from doing something I want to pursue. Just a little fact for you guys, today was my second day of school and I got lost again on the way to 7th hour. But this time I made it to class on time, so no one stared at me when I walked in. Okay guys, well, I had an amazing time sharing with you guys my first day of high school. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And leave me a comment down below telling me about how your first day of school went this year. If you have any questions about my first day of high school, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all so much, and thank you for watching. And remember, keep your head up. And just a little side note for you guys. If you have any questions about, I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you guys next week. I love you all so much for watching, and remember,